Well, today we're going to graph quadratic inequalities. Let's review when we're graphing a less than inequality. Should this be a dotted or a solid parabola? It will be a dotted parabola. Will we be shading the top or the bottom? If it says less than, we're going to shade the bottom. Now if it's less than or equal to, will this be a solid or a dotted parabola? Solid. And will we shade the top or the bottom? We will shade the bottom because this is also less than. Now if we have greater than, will this be solid or dotted? Dotted. Will we shade the top or the bottom? If we have greater than or equal to, will this be solid or dotted? Solid. Will we shade the top or the bottom? Shade the top. If we need to graph y is less than or equal to x squared minus 3x minus 4, will this be a solid line or a solid parabola or a dotted? Solid. So it will be solid. Will we shade the top or the bottom? We will shade the bottom because it's less than or equal to. So the first thing we need to find is the axis of symmetry. So negative b over 2a, that means negative times negative 3, which would be 3 over 2 times 1. That means my axis of symmetry is 3 over 2, which is the same thing as 1.5. So let's plot our axis of symmetry. So right here about 1.5. Now we need to find our vertex. And we have our x, which is 1.5. We're going to substitute into the equation 1.5 squared minus 3 times 1.5 minus 4. So once we substitute our x into the equation, we get that y is negative 6.25, and we can plot our vertex at 1.5 and negative 6.25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So about right here, this would be our vertex. What is our y-intercept? Negative 4. So let's plot our y-intercept. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we mirror the point for negative 4 to the other side of the axis of symmetry? About right here. This is our y-intercept. Can I find another ordered pair? So I can substitute x with what number? So we've got 1, 2, 3. What about 4? We should try 4 because it's on the same side of the axis of symmetry, or it's towards the right side of the axis of symmetry as this blue point. So if we do that, we would substitute 4 and say 4 squared minus 3 times 4 minus 4. 16 minus 12 minus 4 is what? 0. So the next ordered pair I'm plotting is 4, 0. If I do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, and I can plot to the other side. So we're half and 1 and 2, half, 1 and 2, so about right here. Can I choose x equals negative 5 and see what, x equals 5 and see what we get? If x equals 5, would I find another ordered pair? So 5 squared minus 3 times 5 minus 4. So if I substitute with 5, I get that y would be 6. 25 minus 5 minus 15 minus 4 is 6. So the other ordered pair would be 5, 6. If I go back to the graph to plot this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I mirror the image to the other side of the axis of symmetry? Right here. Now, so once I've graphed and mirrored my points, now I can draw in my parabola. Try this again. So at the beginning of this problem, we agreed that this was a solid parabola, and we were going to shade the bottom. Shading the bottom means I need to shade everything outside of the parabola and under it. If this was a greater than, then we would be shading the inside, and we're going to do one in a minute.